What's going on, guys? This is the Red Rogue, and today I'll be showcasing a pretty handy little add-on if you're having trouble with the Mists of Tir maze. For hamster brains such as myself, having a visual display to mark and track the symbols in the maze is really handy. So today I'll be sharing with you an add-on that I've found particularly useful, Maze Helper. If you're not entirely certain what I'm talking about when I refer to the Maze of Mists of Tir, then I highly recommend you check out the video I did explaining exactly how it works, which I'll leave pinned on screen now. Basically though, to traverse the Maze of Tir, you'll have to find out which symbol does not have a matching feature to the others. Now, this is a pretty simple process if you're able to have the free time to run around and stand on each of the tree trunks to see what the symbol is and remember them all while doing your job, whether you be a tank, healer, or DPS. However, it can be a bit to keep track of at times, especially on higher Mythic Plus keystones when people are falling over left and right because they're standing in stuff they shouldn't be. So plenty of charming and knowledgeable folks have made weakors and add-ons to help simplify the process. This one we'll be using today seems very popular on CurseForge, and I can see why after using it, so if you want to try it for yourself, then I'll leave a download link to it in the comments below. This video, as always, will be segmented out for your viewing pleasure, though it will be a pretty easy one to cover all of it. Basically, once you reach the maze portion of Mists of Tir, this little UI thingy will pop up. You'll then be able to left click on each of the symbols that you have seen that is part of the maze for this particular room, and once you've selected 4, the add-on will show you which one is the correct answer. Now, this is pretty handy in itself, but it has even more nifty features built into it, hence why I recommend this over some of the weak aura variants that I've seen, especially for players new to Mists of Tir. It does have a few features outside of just its utility in the dungeon that are pretty nifty, though I'll go over the dungeon features first. Basically, once you enter the maze section, after defeating the first boss, Ingram Malloc, you'll see this UI pop up. You'll then be able to left click on each of the symbols that matches what you see, and it'll give you the solution after you've clicked 4. Pretty simple, but what if you mess up and click on the wrong one? Well, you can right click the icon if you accidentally marked one, which is a good way to fix those accidental clicks. You'll also be able to select the past or reset buttons on the UI once you've either completed that section of the maze, or if you need to reset it due to not knowing which ones you clicked that was wrong. This will also pop up during the Mistcaller boss fight, though to be entirely honest, I find it more useful for just the maze portion, since during the boss fight you'll be able to see all 4 symbols constantly. If you want to use it during the boss fight though, that is perfectly fine and it works exactly the same. Now, you might be wondering if there are any settings or uses outside of just being in the maze, and well, there actually is. If you type /MH into chat, then you can get Maze Helper to pop up wherever you may be. Now you'll see a minimize tab, a close tab, and a gear option on the UI here. By clicking on the gear icon for the options, we'll be able to tweak a few things with this add-on. Primarily, and untested on my part, there is a group sync effect. This means that if multiple people in your party are using the add-on, you'll be able to see which ones they've clicked on, and it will mark saying who did it. You can also set the add-on to predict the solution, allowing you to skip a couple steps in the decision-making process. However, it does have a catch. You must mark the first symbol that is in that section of the maze, or else you'll confuse it and it won't be able to predict anything at all. You can also set things like making the symbols colored or just white, as well as the sequence in which you clicked on the icon so you can remember which one it was. You can also show in chat who reset the minigame if you have multiple people using the add-on, as well as making the add-on visible on the boss fight for Mistcaller. Personally, I don't think it's that necessary for the boss, but that's up to your discretion. You can also make the add-on start in minimized mode so it doesn't take up any screen space until you fully open it, and you can make the answer to the solution announced in chat if you want to. All exceptionally handy features, though there is one additional one I stumbled across without even realizing at first. Clicking on this little brain-looking thingy will open up a practice mode of the Maze of Mist of Tir, and it will ask you to click on the correct icon out of 4 available choices. This alone is a really handy little tool for those learning the mechanic, and it's a good test of your reaction speed. Overall, I'd say this is a pretty fantastic add-on, and recommend giving it a shot if you ever run into a situation where your whole group is running around in circles trying to solve the maze puzzle because nobody quite knows how it works or can remember which one is which. Again, the CurseForge download link for this will be in a comment pinned below, or you can look it up on things like WowUp or Overwolf or whatever add-on manager you're currently using if it's tied into Curse. If you ended up finding this video helpful, then maybe consider leaving a comment or a like, as it's greatly appreciated and helps so much with the channel's growth. I'd also like to take this time to thank all of my regular viewers, commenters, subscribers, and especially my patrons, who all help make these Shiba Shenanigans possible. Thank you all so much for watching. This is the Red Rogue, and I'll see you guys around.